Welcome. Thank you for taking the time to provide data on your program participants. Your information will help your awarding agency learn more about your program participants' long-term outcomes. In the first part of this video, we will show you how to download the collection tool and how to enter program, provider, and participant information. Then, we will show you how to submit the spreadsheet to the U.S. Census Bureau.
Downloading the collection tool.
If this is your first time submitting, you can download the collection tool by clicking the Download Spreadsheet button on the page. Make sure to save the spreadsheet so all functionalities and editing capabilities are enabled. You can save the file with any name you prefer. However, we recommend that you save it under a name that makes it easy to track and refer to once you submit subsequent spreadsheets. Entering information for the first time. If this is the first time you're entering information, make sure that the spreadsheet's macros are enabled. If macros are not enabled, you will see a yellow ribbon going across the top of the spreadsheet. Click on the Enable Content button to enable macros. The collection tool contains a total of 8 tabs. You will navigate from one section to the next by selecting the tabs along the bottom of the spreadsheet.
You will mainly be using the Providers, Programs, Participants, and Data Entry tabs.
For more information on how to fill out the collection tool, you can also click on the Read Me section of the collection tool.
Enter all provider, program, and participant information for the reference period. By provider, we mean the training partner offering the workforce training program. By program, we mean the name of a specific workforce training program.
In the Providers tab, enter each of your workforce training provider's name, full physical address, and if known, the provider's employee identification number, also known as EIN. In the Programs tab, enter the program name, total cost of program per person, length of program in months, and the program's full physical address for each of the workforce training programs.
You will also select from drop-down menus the program's industry focus and the program's mode of delivery, such as remote, in-person, or hybrid. If your program has multiple focuses, you can select each one from the drop-down menu. You do not have to fill out the Program ID column.
If you operate multiple training programs under the grant, include a row for each of the workforce training programs that you operate. In the Participants tab, enter the participant's full name, date of birth, and current residential address. We understand that you may not have all the information requested on this tab. However, please enter as much information as you can about your participants so that we are better able to link your participants to the records at the U.S. Census Bureau. You do not have to fill out the participant ID column. This will self-populate with the information you provide about your program participants. Once you enter the information in the Programs, Providers, and Participant tabs, go to the Data Entry tab where you will fill out a form for every program participant that you entered in the Participants tab. For each participant, select from the drop-down menus the relevant training provider name, training program name, and the participant ID, which is a combination of the participant's full name and date of birth. You will also enter the participant's start and end dates for the training program, their program status, and job status. If a participant started a new job, enter the new job start date if known, and select from the drop-down menu whether they were hired within the program's industry focus. If known, please select whether the participant received wraparound services during the reference period. Next, click the green Submit button for each participant you entered.
Remember to enter as much information as you can so that we can conduct the best possible analysis.
You can review all recorded information by going to the Survey Responses tab. You can also make any corrections or changes there. For example, if you incorrectly enter the program status for a participant, go to Survey Responses, find the participant, and select the correct program status for that participant.
The information will automatically refresh. Please note that you will not be able to make changes to provider name, program name, or participant name and date of birth. If you need to change any of these, Please delete the information from the corresponding tab, re-enter the information, and re-record it in the Data Entry tab.
Please do not make any edits in the Data Output tab. This tab is formatted to allow for easy processing of the data once it gets to the Census Bureau. Managing your data for future reporting. To save time in future reporting, we recommend keeping a copy of your submitted file. This allows you to reuse existing participant, program, and provider information instead of re-entering it manually. Submissions are not saved in the portal, and the Census Bureau is not able to send you a copy of your submission, so make sure to save on your computer or local network. To prepare your file for future reporting, open your Save spreadsheet and click the red Clear Data button in the Data Entry tab. This will leave you with a file that retains ongoing provider, program, and participant details while removing data tied to a specific reporting period. By doing this, you will have a clean starting point for future reporting while avoiding unnecessary duplicate data entry. Entering information for subsequent periods. If you have previously submitted a completed spreadsheet, you do not have to fill out the Programs or Providers tabs again unless you have new training programs or training providers to add. For the Participants tab, enter information for all new participants for the reference period. You can also update and make changes to information for previous participants. For example, if a participant moved, update their current residential address. Fill out the data entry form for both new participants and every prior participant that had a program status change or job change. For example, during reference period 2, you selected that Jane Doe was enrolled in training and seeking a new job. However, by period 3, Jane Doe completed training and was placed in a new job. For period 3 reporting, you will fill out the data entry form for Jane Doe and select completed training under program status and placed in new job under job status. Submitting a completed spreadsheet to the Census Bureau. Once you have entered and reviewed all data for the reference period, log into the portal to upload your completed spreadsheet. Click on the Browse button to find your file, and then click on Upload File to upload and submit your file. If there are no errors, you will see the word Submitted next to the file name. If the file does not meet the criteria, you will see an error message. If this happens, please review the file extension and format and then try again. Please make sure to upload the spreadsheet as a macro-enabled Excel file. To do this, click on the File menu and then click on Save As. Below the file name, select Excel Macro-Enabled Workbook. If you are still not able to upload, please contact the CES Evidence Group at ces.evidence.group@census.gov. Do not email any files with participant information to the U.S. Census Bureau. Submitting an updated spreadsheet. You can resubmit at any time before the end of the reporting period. You can upload the updated spreadsheet by following the previous steps. Please note that a resubmission will override any previous submission. You will not be able to resubmit after the reporting period ends. If you need to make any changes after the reporting period ends, please contact your awarding agency and the Census Bureau at ces.evidence.group@census.gov. Do not include any participant information in the text of your email. We're here to help. If you have any questions, you can find our frequently asked questions at the top of the portal.
Thank you for your time, and we look forward to collaborating with you as we conduct this important research.